Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to manage npm dependencies by understanding semantic versioning. Versions of the npm packages in the dependencies section of your package.json file follow what's called semantic versioning, SEMver, an industry standard for software versioning aiming to make it easier to manage dependencies. Libraries, frameworks, and or other tools published on npm should use SEMver in order to clearly communicate what kind of changes projects can expect if they update. Knowing SEMver can be useful when you develop software that uses external dependencies, which you almost always will be using. One day your understanding of these numbers will save you from accidentally introducing breaking changes to your application without understanding why things that worked yesterday suddenly don't work today. This is how semantic versioning works, according to the official website, package major.minor.patch. So what they're saying here is that if it's like 1.0.0, well, if there's a patch, so it'll be 1.0.1, and that means they just fixed something little. Maybe if they just added some sort of little thing, they could be like 1.1.0. And then if they do a big thing, like they add like a whole new capacity for the application to do something, it would be they would go from 1 point whatever to 2.0 or whatever. So the major version should increment when you make incompatible API changes. Okay, that's actually make a bigger deal. The minor version should increment when you add functionality in a backwards compatible manner. The patch version should increment when you make backwards compatible bug fixes. This means that patches are bug fixes and minors add new features, but neither of them break what worked before. So yeah, if it's 1.0.0 at 2.0.0, it could be a big deal. But we want if it's 1.1.0 and then we move from 1.2.0, we want it to be a non-breaking change. So it's a minor change. Major add changes that won't work with earlier versions. In the dependencies version of your package.json file, change the version of moment to match major version 2, minor version 10, and patch version 2. Cool. And so this is our live application on Heroku. Now, if you're just checking in on this for the first time, it makes a lot of sense for you to go through and watch all my videos on this one because we're actually deploying this to the internet. It's for real. And then we have it on GitHub as well. So that's what we're doing. Like right now, I've completed it. It says I ran the test, and this is the live version of the application. The dependency should include moment. It does. Our dependency already has that, but we want to change it to 2.10.2. 2.10.2. And so we're going to go to Atom, where we have our dependencies listed here. And we want to change. Oh, okay. So we want to, this is package.json. We want to make this 2.10.2. So 2.10.2. And then I'm going to save this, and I'm going to run npm install. Because we've changed the dependencies, now we need to make sure that we use the node package manager to update the dependencies so that they work. We don't need to worry about these vulnerabilities. If we were really doing this for real, we would just run this into the most recent version. But this is just to pass the test. And so now that we've got the changes, we can say git status. We see that the package and the package lock.json files have been updated. So we say git add, and then we say git commit -m update moment version to 2.10.2, and then we say git push. Git push will show it upgraded here. You see right now we're at 2.26.0. If we refresh the page, now that it's been pushed up, it's 2.10.2, and apparently there's vulnerabilities in this, but we don't care about that for now. And then what we want to do now, we're still not going to be passing the test because we haven't pushed this code change to Heroku. So we want to say git push Heroku head master. And this will make it so that we push the application. We update the actual Heroku servers, which is like our third-party server that it's just a computer that's running this application that we're pointing free code camp to. And so once the build succeeds, it's going to be launching, and now we should be able to run this test and pass the version requirements. Dependence should include moment. M-O-M-E-N-T. Weird. Oh, the test timed out. Okay, so let's just run it again. Oftentimes when you're working with external servers, you'll just have weird things like that. Oftentimes it makes sense to just run the tests again. Great, hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next lesson.